Hello my friends and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to unlock all of the Skyview Towers in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the equivalent of the Sheikah Tower from Breath of the Wild. You have a bunch of them scattered across the map. I believe there's 15 total if I remember correctly, and they're going to unlock sections of the map so you can actually fill out your map. And they also act as a fast travel point as well, which is super useful in the game for getting around. So if you guys do enjoy this one, if you find it helpful, be sure to leave a like. It really helps out the channel, and stick around for more content, everything Tears of the Kingdom and Nintendo related. All right, first things first, let's jump straight into this. So during your main progression, you're going to do some stuff. I'm not going to try to spoil anything regarding that in the intro. You're going to know at some point you're going to get to the ground and you're going to have to do a couple things. You're going to run around and eventually you're going to come to this little kind of setup when you're going to have to talk to Pura. From even pronouncing her name right, I don't even know. She's going to talk about this whole kind of, tower system that they got going on, and you're going to unlock your first tower right there, and you're going to see how that works. So you're going to basically fly up out of the tower when you go interact with it, and you're going to shoot out of it like a cannon. You're going to kind of scan the surrounding area, and then it's going to register to your map. So that's kind of essentially how it works. Again, it's very similar to the Sheikah Towers from Breath of the Wild. So now that you got the first one done, it's just part of the main story. Once you get that done, you're also going to get your glider, and once you do that, we can go ahead and get all of the remaining ones scattered across the region. All right, so for the first one, we're going to be going into Hyrule Field, which is going to be just south of the one we were just at, Lookout Landing. So just south of that, you can see exactly where it is on the map. I'll show you the map too afterwards once it's filled out. I'm going to just be cutting stuff that's unnecessary. Again, I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as I can for you guys. But basically, this is just a Bokoblin fortress. You're going to make your way up. This spike ball you can actually use recall on. I didn't think about doing that. I just kept trying to run past them. But it's a fortress, so there's going to be a bunch of enemies. You can run past them or not. Hyrule Field Skyview Towers, what it's called. Go into the door, activate the pedestal, step in the middle to launch up and scan the region, and that is going to be the map in this area completed. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the full cutscene for all of them, but I'll show you guys just for this one, so you know exactly what to expect if you're doing it right. You can't really do it wrong, but again, just to make sure that you know exactly what's going on. Link's gonna go ahead. He's gonna scan the region. Again, I'm not gonna be showing you guys this every single time. I will show you the map again in just a second, so you see the exact location on the full map. So you can see that it fills in right there for both the land and the sky. And we can go ahead and show you guys exactly what it looks like. This is the sky area. This is the ground area. So, of course, going from the ground, this is what it looks like on the map. We can move on to the next one. Next one is going to be the Gerudo Canyon one. So Gerudo Canyon is just kind of like south. It's kind of like the bottom left corner, if you will. If you remember where the Gerudo area is, then you'll see. Once you get close to this tower, you're going to see a bunch of kind of items like this dropping from the sky, which you can recall, and then you can just glide over, or you could just go ahead and make your way up by climbing. But that's probably the easier way, just doing it like that. When you open it up, you're going to see that it's actually broken. And if you drop down right here, so right kind of behind it, you see there's a guy at the bottom of an elevator. He's going to say that he needs help getting up to the top of the elevator so he can fix the Skyview Tower, whatever it's called. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a plank, we're going to attach it to that metal piece there, and we're just going to put 2 of these metal blocks right here. Again, this is using Ultra Hand, your ability Ultra Hand. We're going to take 2 metal blocks. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put them up here. Very easy to do, so just, attach one, attach a second, and once you put the second one down, it's going to go ahead and pull down, and he's going to come up. You're going to go up to him, you're going to speak to him again. He's going to say that now he can fix the tower. It's going to be a little kind of, dialogue, a little cutscene. Again, I'm going to skip all that just so you guys can experience it yourself. Once he's done, you can go ahead up to the pedestal, activate it, go into the middle to activate the launch pad. Link, as per usual, is going to launch up into the sky, and then you're going to be good to go, and you're going to have your map. So this is what it looks like on the map. You can see the map filled in, and I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like in just a second here. And you can see exactly where to go when the map is actually filled in. Although, if your map is filled in, then obviously you've already done this one. All right, so now that we got this one done, we can move on to the next one. All right, so for the next one, we're going to Gerudo Highlands, which is basically just north of the one we were just at. So going from that Gerudo kind of desert one, we're just going north around this area on the map. And when you get here, you're going to see it's the snowy region of the Gerudo Desert, if you remember that from Breath of the Wild. The problem is that this one is snowed in. There's no entrance. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go ahead around. You're going to see a tent. You can go ahead and read a diary inside of the tent for a hint, but I'm just going to show you guys. Right behind the tent, there's this cave over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go head inside this cave. Yeah, I seen the little thing like I'm a shiny bird. I had to grab it. So excuse me for that, but we're going to go ahead inside of this cave here, and you're going to see that there's a current. Again, there's going to be another diary here. It gives you hints, but I'll just show you guys what to do. We're going to build a raft. Now, you could just take a piece of wood. I ended up taking the smaller one. I would suggest making a bigger one, and you'll see why in just a second here, if you can. But we're going to place it in the water until the current kind of starts grabbing it, and then we're going to jump on it and ride it down the current. I'm going to speed this up just for the sake of, making things a little bit faster. Once you get around here, right under these 4 pillars, you're going to want to use Ascend. I ended up going for this item here, but I came back here. We're going to use Ascend right there, and it's going to bring us right into the tower where we need to be. So just use Ascend. You're going to go up there. You're going to go interact with the pedestal as per usual. You're going to interact with the middle, launch up, fill out your map, all that good stuff, and I'll show you guys what the map looks like when it's filled so you guys can see that view as well. So there's the sky area right here. I'm going to zoom in. I don't know why I kind of went all the way up there. But anyways, we're going to go down. We're going to zoom in. And then I'm going to zoom back out and show you guys from the surface. I guess there's not really a huge point to show you from the sky. But anyways, that's that one done. We can move on to the next one. All right, so the next one's going to be Lindor's Brow. Now, I actually was already recording the gameplay a little bit late, and there's these kind of pillars, again, that are falling from the sky, these particles, not particles, but like stones, whatever. Again, if you use recall on them, you can get up to glide over, and the reason you're going to want to do this is because there's a moat around this this area here. Now, I'm going to show you guys a second way to do this in just a second, but let me show you the location on the map first, so you guys can see exactly where we are on the map. So the other method is just down here from the tower on like the left side, I guess. If you're looking at the entrance, there's a bunch of pieces of wood. You can go ahead and just kind of craft a bridge because if you try to swim over and then climb over, you're probably not going to have enough stamina. But if you make a bridge over and then climb up, I did increase my stamina by 1, but even then you should be able to get up there just fine. So as per usual, you know the drill. Go ahead, interact with the pedestal. After you interact with the pedestal, the thing is going to light up. You're going to go into the middle. You're going to interact with that. You're going to launch up. You're going to scan the map, and it's going to fill in the next section as well. And that's going to be another one done. There it is again on the map, and we can move on to the next one. All right, so the next one's going to be Rospro Pass, if I'm pronouncing that right. This is in the Hyrule Mountains, and you can see it's surrounded by thorns. So you're going to need some kind of fire. Now, I have a way to craft fire arrows, which I believe you get these items actually near the beginning of the game. So you probably should have these, the fire fruit. So you could do that, or if you have a bundle of wood and a flint, you could just drop it next to the thorns and then smack the flint with some kind of rock, and that's going to spark it into the bundle of wood, which is going to light up the thorns, and you're good to go. So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and you're going to interact with it once again. Again, it's going to be the same thing every single time. Interact with the middle so you can fly up and scan the map and all the good stuff. And we're moving on to the next one. We're not wasting any time, my friends. This one here is going to be Pikida Stonegrove, if I'm pronouncing that right. I also apologize I didn't show you the map on the other one at the very end. I forgot to record gameplay on that one. So anyways, we're going to basically build sort of like a bridge ladder. Now, the idea, I think, is to attach it to the other side. But this is how I did it. Again, you can go about it however you want. This does use a little bit of stamina, so you might not make it if you don't have enough. But basically, you know, using Ultra Hand, you know, create some kind of makeshift thing to get up there. It's all part of the creativity process, if you will. So do that. As per usual, interact with it. You can see what the map looks like when it's filled in right here, where to go, and all that good stuff. And we can move on to the next one. All right, moving on to the next one, we got Thyphlo Ruins, if I'm pronouncing that right. Now, Thyphlo Ruins is going to be right here in kind of like the northern, sort of west, but a little bit east from where we just were. This one here, a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky if you don't know what to do. So you're going to go up to the area, and you're going to see this Rito guy there. You're going to talk to him. He's going to say there's a problem something's blocking the top. So you're going to see these things kind of scattered on the left and on the right side of the tower. You're going to jump onto it using Ultra Hand. You're going to bring it down with Ultra Hand, and you're going to see 2 rockets sitting on top of it. You're going to attach the rockets to the sides. Look how it is right here in this clip. And then you're going to hit the rocket. It's going to blast you off super high where you're going to be above the tower. And then you can land on top of the tower. Once you land on top of the tower, you're going to want to go ahead and climb down and drop on this little ledge here. Use Ultra Hand to move it out of the way. And there you go. You fixed you found a solution, you fixed the problem, and you can go back and talk to him again, and then interact with the pedestal, and then of course interact with the middle section, fly up, scan the map, you're good to go. Bada bing, bada boom, another one's done. This is what it looks like on the map, and we're pretty much good to go, my friends. We're flying through this, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one right now. All right, so for the next one, we're going to Ulri Mountain. If I'm pronouncing this right, I'm probably butchering half of these names, but it's okay. Ulri Mountain Skyview Tower in Gerudo Highlands, so it's going to be kind of towards the north. When you get here, you're going to see there's a guy. He's freaking out. There's a monster. You got to kill the monster. It's just in the back of the tower, and it has an item. It has the pedestal, basically. So you got to bring it on over. Once you get into here, it's automatically going to kind of trigger a whole thing. He's going to go ahead. He's going to install it for you. You're going to interact with it. As per usual, it's really that simple. This one's not too hard. Again, interact with the middle so you can fly up, scan the map, and this is what the area looks like. It's just to the right of Death Mountain. Again, just kind of like to the, well, I guess southeast of Death Mountain. Again, in ALL Highlands, whatever. All right, moving on from that one, we're gonna go to the next one. The next one is going to be Eldin Canyon, which is going to be just kind of over here on the map. You can see we're gonna just glide on over here, but there's a problem with this one too. All these ones have problems. You can see exactly where we are right here, kind of like southeast of the Hyrule Forest. We got to get to the top. You can see, I don't know if I was just lucky, but you can see that there's a ruin thing that fell down to the ground. We're going to use recall on it to go back into the sky. Again, maybe I got lucky, or maybe this is just a thing that happens right after you kind of interact with the tower. You talk with the guy there, by the way, and he tells you that there's a problem. We can't get inside. The door's locked. So we're just going to fly in through the top, just like as we did there, through the big opening, the big hole in the top there. Interact with the pedestal, interact with the middle. Bada bing, bada boom, easy peasy, my friends, not too hard. And we got another section of the map complete. Again, this is what it looks like. It's in the Eldin Canyon area right here, and we can move on to the next one. All right, so the next one's going to be Upland Zorana. Now, climb up this little section right here. You see those plants right here? Pick those up. I didn't pick them up, but there are some at the bottom of the mountain. You're going to need them. I think they're called splash fruit or something like that. You can help the Zora that's stuck there too. I think it was a Zora, right? Or was it a Gerudo? I didn't even pay attention. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab the splash fruit, and we're going to just drop it there, and then we're going to smack it. So you got to hit it with your weapon, and then it's going to get rid of all the mud, and you're going to be able to go into the door. You're going to be able to activate the pedestal, activate the middle thing, so you can launch up, scan the map, and you're pretty much good to go. So we're good to go, and we can move on to the next one. This is, again, where it's located on the map right here. Very easy. Make sure you grab those splash fruit. Again, they're conveniently located. You have no excuse to miss them. And we can, again, move on to the next one right now, which is going to be Mount Lanayru. All right, so we're moving on to Mount Lanayru. You can see where it's located, just kind of sort of south, right, of where we were just a second ago. So in Mount Lanayru, again, I'm zooming in so you guys can see, it's going to be icy. You're going to probably have to get some cold resist, food and whatnot, spicy peppers and things. If you cook those, you can cook just one, or you can cook like 2 spicy peppers. They give you about like 5 minutes. I think two spicy peppers gives you like 5 minutes total. Anyways, there's going to be a bunch of ice, so you're going to slip off the ice. You're going to have to like kind of maneuver and find little crevices to kind of navigate through. So this is kind of the path I took personally, because again, you can't climb up icy pillars. You're going to slide off them. So just navigate through little crevices, find your way up. Once you get up, again, very easy. Just go ahead, activate the pedestal. You know the drill by now. I'm showing you guys just in case you forget. I don't think you're going to forget, but in case you're skipping around in the video. And you can see, this is where it is on the map right here. So again, we're going from the kind of zoomed out spot here. We're going to zoom all the way in the ground level without sky level there. And that's where it's located. Moving on to the next one. All right, so for the next one is going to be Rabella Wetlands. It's going to be a little bit tricky for this one. I'm going to have to explain what to do because it can be a little tricky. So again, just kind of southwest of where we were, you can see the geography on the non-filled map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the other side of the tower to my right there. You can find this tree stump. Because it's raining, it's very hard to climb. So that's why I needed the tree stump to give me a little bit of a head start. I'm going to slide a little bit, but I'm going to make my way up this kind of, you know, bone. It's like a rib cage of a giant from the past, maybe a dragon of the past. We're going to jump back here because the problem is we can't light anything up on fire because it's raining. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to build shelter. Conveniently, there's some wood here. We're going to use Ultra Hand, and we're basically going to build a little kind of table, I guess, if you will, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to flip it over the right way up. You can hold R and then use the D-pad to rotate. We're going to cover the entrance of the tower so it's not raining. And then we're going to start a fire. You can either, you know, use fire fruit with an arrow, or you can use a pile of wood and flint that you put down close together. You smack the flint with a rock of some sort, and it's going to spark and light up the bundle of wood. Then it's going to light up the thorny kind of area, and you're good to go. So as per usual, interact with the pedestal, you know, scan the map and all that good stuff. And I'll show you guys exactly one more time where you can find it on the map right here. And you're pretty much good to go. We're almost done. We actually only have a couple left. So again, this is where it's located on the map once it's filled out. Again, you can see a lot of the map is filled, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, so for the next one, we're going to Popla Foothills, which is kind of in the, I guess, Farron region, technically speaking, just kind of like southish of Hyrule Castle. You can see where my little marker is here. This one, we're going to go ahead over here, Popla Foothills, Skyview Tower, West Necluda. It's going to be the location here. You can see there's a well right there at the bottom of the stairs. Pay attention to that, because we're actually going to go here and we're going to see that it's not working, but we're going to hear a voice from the bottom of the well. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to hop down the bottomless player glider at the bottom so you don't accidentally take any kind of fall damage. There's also a chest hidden right there in the water. You're going to go ahead, you're going to smash this rock wall with some kind of makeshift hammer. If you don't have one, it's not really a big deal. I don't even think you have to talk to him. And to get out of here, once you've talked to him, you're just going to use Ascend. The reason why I say you don't have to really, I don't think you have to talk to him, is because you go to the other side of the cave here, you're going to grab this rock and you're going to put it on the switch here. And again, you can do that without smashing any rocks. Once you do that, you're going to go back to the top here. You're going to talk to him. He would have fixed the pedestal there, and you're pretty much good to go. It's really that simple. I hope that was clear enough. Again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers for you guys the best I can, but also show you guys as much as I need to. So hopefully it's enough for you guys. Again, this is where it's located on the map in the Farron region right here. And that's another one done, my friends. We can go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so moving on to the next one, we're going to Sahasra Slope, if I'm pronouncing that right. This one could be a little bit tricky, and I'll explain why. Actually, a couple different reasons why. It's pretty tedious. So this is where it is on the map. Now, it's raining, so first off, getting to the top here can be a little bit tricky in and of itself because it's slippery. So just kind of maneuver your way up there, try to find a way where, you know, it's not too bad. You're going to go up to the front, you're going to talk to this guy. He's going to say, oh, you know, something about caves. And so we're going to go look for a cave on the side of the mountain. There's actually like 2 or 3 different caves. Now, speaking of makeshift boulders, hammers, if you will, you're going to need a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. So essentially what you're going to want to do is smash through the rocks, but there's a lot of rocks. There's layer after layer after layer, and it's very confusing. So you're just going to have to make as many as you can, find sticks, you know, use fuse to, you know, glue boulders to them. You're eventually going to find a room that has those creatures you just seen me kind of fighting. That's not the right room, but it does have some interesting loot in there. This is the room you're looking for right here. The room that has these 3 boulders. So there's going to be these 2 little ones and this big one here. Now you could go through the cave, the hole. You don't have to, but you can go through here and fight this little monster thing, which gives you some rewards. But going back to the room with the 3 boulders there, we're going to look up and there's going to be kind of like this circular dirt patch there. We're going to use Ascend right about here. And so if we use Ascend in this room, it's going to bring us out right exactly where we need to go. And you can see that there's 2 sticks, long sticks blocking the door. So you're going to go ahead, pull those out, open the door, talk to the person. He's going to fix everything and you're going to be good to go. You're going to activate the pedestal and do what you normally do to scan the map. Again, this one could be very tricky. There's not an easy way for me to show you guys how to do it because it's a crazy maze in there that you just got to do what you got to do. So anyways, that's that. That's every single one done. Well, my friends, I hope you found this video useful. Here's the full map in case you're wondering what it looks like. Again, this is all 15 of the Skyview Towers in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Again, I hope it helped you guys out to some extent. If it did, make sure you share it with your friends so you can help them out with this video. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my very best to answer them to the best of my ability. Again, I was trying to be as minimal as possible, but yet, show you guys as much as I needed to. Very tricky balance that hopefully I can nail with these guides, but do forgive me if I don't get the balance quite right. Anyways, if you want to stick around for more, be sure to subscribe so we can continue providing you with all the Tears of the Kingdom content, guides, walkthroughs, all the good stuff, as well as everything else Nintendo. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and until the next one, game on and enjoy your playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom.